anything like me, you probably hate writing copy. It is one of the things in my business that is the biggest struggle bus for me. It is coming up with ideas with words. I can talk for hours sitting and writing. I just don't have the patience for it. Perhaps it's my ADHD. Perhaps it's just part of my strengths and our weaknesses. We all have them, right? So this is probably one of my weaknesses. But that is why I am so glad I found copy.ai, meaning artificial intelligence. Copy.ai is one of the coolest and easiest ways I found to come up with higher converting posts on my Instagram, come up with more engaging emails that get people to actually open them, and help me write blogs in no time. And I've been guest blogging a lot, especially for Broadway Husbands. And if I didn't have copy.ai, it would just be the most painful thing ever. And you know I'm all about making growing your business fun. So I have a link down below for you to check out copy.ai. And that link is an affiliate link. So if you decide you want to move forward and it's something that you decide you want to use for your business, I earn a small commission. It costs you nothing and it helps support this channel and this episode. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you, if you're somebody trying to run a business, you're looking for ways, I'm telling you, this is the coolest thing, is you want to come up with carousel posts for your niche. There's a whole thing on just carousel posts. You type in what it is your niche is, what kind of things you want to help people with, and it generates a ton of ideas for you to use in your carousel posts. I'm not even kidding. So go check out copy.ai, use the link down below. That helps support me, which I appreciate and love. And now on to the show. Welcome to another episode of the Creative Visibility Podcast. You are here for our Visibility Thursdays, and this is where I give you tips and tricks to help you grow your following. This is actually ways that I have built my business over multiple years, and now it's multiple streams of income that I've created, and it's been one of the most fulfilling and gratifying things, and I love to help people do the same thing through my Creative Visibility program. So today we're going to talk about YouTube, because I think the biggest misconception people have about YouTube, let me just tell you first, I started my YouTube in 2015 and had started doing vlogging. I've experimented pretty much with every single type of content on YouTube. YouTube is one of the most fun, but one of the most exhausting social media platforms because it requires a level of skill if you want to grow that is much more in-depth, much more mathematical than a lot of the social media platforms out there, because what most people think YouTube is a streaming platform, right? You create something entertaining, people look for it and watch it. But YouTube is actually a search engine. It's owned by Google, so it's literally the second top most popular search engine in the world. Think about it. You want to fix something in your car, you're going to YouTube it. You want to learn how to level something as you paint it, you search for something on YouTube. I've watched more YouTube baby videos in the last few months than I ever thought I would. But YouTube is also one of the greatest ways to position yourself as an expert if you're willing to do the work to do that. And so I just want to give you a little bit of a resource here to help you if you're somebody who's been dabbling on YouTube or has been thinking about dabbling on YouTube. I want you to understand a few things. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to give you one of, or two actually, of my favorite resources for YouTube. But I want you to remember that YouTube requires a great deal of research. You want people to type into YouTube what it is they're looking for, and you want to be the person who ranks at the top of that search. So when you hear people say ranking, one of the sources I'm going to talk about at the end is the Video Ranking Academy. They're talking about getting your video to rank in your niche. And the only way you're going to grow your following is by doing that. The thing that I learned kind of the hard way is that by creating content, just because you think it's a great idea and putting it on YouTube, you're not going to get views and you're not going to grow your following. It really is kind of like thinking that lightning can strike a bottle. You have to do a little bit of research and find those things that people are already looking for. That being said, you can do whatever you want, right? I always say there are no rules in having a creative career, but I want to give you some things you can walk away from today if you decide you want to start a YouTube channel. Number one, keyword research is everything. One of the greatest resources for keyword research is YouTube itself. Whatever it is you serve your audience by doing, just go into YouTube and start to search how to blank, how to grow your following. It actually starts to aggregate things that people are searching for. And the first thing that pops up in that aggregate list is one of the top things people are searching for. So I want you to start doing research before you start creating content. You want to use those words that people are searching for in the title, in the description. You want to put that in your thumbnail. Don't let your videos be too long. Videos on YouTube should only be 5 minutes, 10 minutes long. The longer it is, the more likely you are to lose your audience, because the other thing about YouTube's algorithm that's very different from other people's algorithms is that you get rewarded for people staying on your videos. The longer people watch, the more likely you're going to get pushed, your content's going to get pushed in front of new people, and you're going to grow your following. Now, YouTube has, in my opinion, sort of lost its level of maturity over the years. Maybe it was never mature, but maybe I've just gotten old. But I feel like the content that's really hitting is really high energy, really kind of throwing people in for a loop, right? Mr. Beast is probably one of the most popular YouTubers, and he does huge edits. Every 2 seconds, there's an edit. It's a jump cut. It moves to something else. The energy is high. And because of that, he's the most popular YouTuber right now, and he's able to get other YouTubers involved in a lot of his content. So if you're thinking, I want to grow YouTube following, I want to position myself as an expert, you're not going to compete with people if you just sit and talk. You need to have energy. You need to have edits. You need to have B-roll. So all of those things are things to consider. So a lot of my clients who want to grow their YouTube following, the first thing I say to them is, are you willing to do the edits yourself and make them high energy, high impact, give them suspense, have a hook, or are you willing to hire someone? Because the only way to grow, and this is pretty much true for any social media platform, but the only way to grow really on YouTube is through consistency. The more videos you post, the more likely you are to grow. And those videos have to serve your particular niche. The more focused you are, the more likely you are to grow. That's true on any platform, but with YouTube, it really requires a certain level of consistency, and those edits require a lot more work. If you're filming a long video and you need to go through and edit and add B-roll, add captions, add a description, create a thumbnail, there's a lot of layers to it. So I recommend another great resource, number 2, for finding keywords is vidIQ. Okay, there's vidIQ. It's basically a plugin that you put on your search browser, and that plugin tells you how other people's content is doing. You can actually measure the success of people's keywords. You can measure a lot of the things, right? Data is amazing to have and can save you so much time in the end if you do the work up front. So TubeBuddy and vidIQ. TubeBuddy is another one that I love, but vidIQ for me is probably the quickest and easiest. And then lastly, I want to tell you about my friend Sean Cannel at Think Media. Sean Cannel, you may or may not respond to his style, but Sean has a course called the Video Ranking Academy. I will put a link for that in the show notes below. And Video Ranking Academy, for me, was how I really started learning and understanding YouTube. Sean is now the CEO of a company called Think Media, and I hope to have him as a guest on the podcast at some point. But Sean is really, and his team have really found some great ways to break down these steps so that you can really grow your following on YouTube. So before you hit record, take a little time to do some research. Use one of these plugins, do some keyword research. You could even, if you've already somebody who's been on YouTube and you've been creating content for a while, you could even do some keyword research and go in and change the titles and change the thumbnails of videos that you've already made so that they might rank better within that YouTube search engine. But I promise you, if you want to grow on YouTube, I want you to really focus on making it sustainable, because this consistency on YouTube is so important. And if you can batch and have a bunch of videos, or hire an editor to do those videos for you, or even hire, like my friend Brock did, have a YouTube manager that you can pay who you send the videos and they take care of the rest. That is a wonderful way to stay consistent on YouTube. But don't start throwing yourself in there without doing a little bit of that work up front, because you will end up being slightly disappointed, I promise. And that is my goal here, is for you not to waste time. I want to encourage you to go, not dabble, to dominate on whatever social media platform you choose to be on. If you've taken the Creative Visibility Program, or you're interested in learning more about the Creative Visibility Program, I talk very deeply about we want to dominate whatever platform we choose to be on, not dabble. So YouTube may not be your thing, and that is okay. Make Instagram your thing. Make TikTok your thing. Those short form videos are pretty damn easy now. And I will say YouTube does have short form video now too. So even if you're just taking your TikToks or your Reels and posting them to YouTube Shorts, you could potentially grow your following just doing that alone. So YouTube is a platform you could be on even without fully experiencing or creating videos, but again, don't make yourself crazy. We want this to be easy. Now, over time, it's taken me a really long time because I have not been able to be consistent. I have gone through windows of time where YouTube was my platform, and then I've switched over to Instagram. That is my primary platform. So my YouTube has grown much slower because of that. It's one of those things I want my business to grow so that I can then hire a manager to help me continue to do it because I do like making videos. But you can see I've got 2,500 or I think 2,700 subscribers at this point, and I hope to continue to grow that. And then Broadway Husbands, we of course want to make content there too. So YouTube is that ever existing. Oh, I meant to say this too. I also continue to make money or, in my sleep from affiliate links on some of my most popular YouTube videos. So that's another beauty of YouTube is that content is evergreen. And if people are searching for those titles, those videos are going to show up no matter what time of year or how long time has gone by. If it's a searchable content, if it's a valuable content for someone and you have affiliate links in the description, you could potentially be making money in your sleep. And that, to me, that and podcasting offer both of those beautiful steps to monetize your content. So affiliate marketing, something that I talk very deeply about in my program as well, is one revenue stream that if you're making content, you're not doing long form content either through a podcast or YouTube, you're missing out on a chance to make some money in your sleep. So again, YouTube has a lot of pluses, but it is a lot of work. I can't wait to hear what you decide to do with this content today. Make sure you check out Video Ranking Academy. I will have, again, a link down below to follow Sean Cannel as well. And thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to the Creative Visibility Podcast. If you got a lot out of this, please make sure to leave a review on whatever podcast platform you listen to this on, and make sure to take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram and your stories. Let your friends know, because creative community is one of the best energy sources for growing your business. And that is my goal, is to help surround you with people who inspire and create and continue to be visible out in this world. So thank you again for listening. And don't forget to check out copy.ai. Use the link down below to use my affiliate link. Copy.ai, I promise you, is one of the best sources you're going to find in generating tons and tons and tons of content ideas. If you're somebody who wants to just get it done, get your email copy done, get your carousel posts done, and have them be so perfectly worded for your audience, do not miss out on checking out this free resource, and I will see you in the next episode.